I wanted to show you a couple things about marking the skirt and the apron, and also about the interfacing. So if you look at the skirt facings, the front, and the back, they say to also cut interfacing. And what is that? We haven't even had a chance to talk about that. So interfacing is it's not a woven or a knit, it's a non-woven, and it stiffens and strengthens the fabric. This is for around the waist. Oftentimes we'll see it in the front of a button-down shirt or around a collar. Well, you won't see it, it's inside. But it's used in collars, cuffs, like I said, the front of a button-down shirt, and here in a waistband or a waist facing. So what it is, on one side, this is the kind I like to get it smooth, and then on the other side, and I bet this is not going to show it, maybe, and you can always look it up on Google, it's bumpy, and the bumps are glue, and so the bumpy side is going to go towards the fabric. So I'm going to cut out, just like I cut out my fabric, and I still have my fabric on the pattern pieces. I'm just going to cut out some interfacing for the waistband area, and this is non-directional, so it doesn't matter if you cut it crooked or not, but one does need to go on the fold. So look for the one that says it needs to go on the fold, and then I just leave the other fabric on there. That's totally fine. And then I'm going to place this on the fold, and I'm going to cut this out. And then I'm going to press it onto the wrong side, or the inside of these pieces. And I'm going to do that before I do anything else, and that way that's done. This is kind of the step that takes a long time for prepping. Once all of this is prepped, then the sewing part will go way quicker. But you need to get all these things prepped first. So I will not have you watch me. But this one's not on the fold, so it's up from the fold right here. And then I'll cut these out. The other thing I wanted to really show you, and we discussed it real quick the other day, is I've had this forever. Marking the apron and the skirt, and I said that the apron needed to be marked here where these T's are. So the waxy side, I'm going to make sure is underneath where they are, and I'm going to press down. This isn't a light-handed thing. If you just go like this, you're never going to get it on there, but use some muscle. And then on the side, I should be able to see it, and I can right here and right here. It's going to help me place the pockets. So I need it on both sides because there's a pocket on each side. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the waxy side towards the fabric, between the pattern piece and the fabric, and I'm going to do the same thing. And this is just going to help us line up the pocket so the pocket looks like it's sitting on the apron straight and not crooked. Alright, the other thing I said you needed to do if you're doing a skirt are the darts, and we're making a 12. There's lots of triangles on here, so you really have to know which one you are following. So I'm following this dashed dot line, and I have pretty light fabric. Use the red, and I just won't press this hard. So just like she said, I always go past the point also, So you can see it on this side. Then I'm going to do it on this other piece, same thing like I did on the apron. I'm putting the waxy side towards the fabric. Make sure I have enough of this in here. And then I'm going to do this again. You should be able to get this. Well, I know you can get it at the Cotton Ball. I live on the coast, so I know you can get it there. So you can see now I have darts on both sides. Check Michael's. Call around. You all have a phone, and I know you know how to text, but you're going to have to call around. So that is the marking part. And then if you remember, I said there were little marks for you to cut into. And I think that the professional YouTube did this. Hers had triangles. This one is not. So I just made a little clip there. I always check and see if there's any at the waist. There's not, but there's one also on this side. And then there is one over here. So you could do that one also. There's one at the bottom. I don't know why there's one at the bottom. So I'm not going to do that one. And then here is our skirt front. And you can see I never cut this off where the fold is because I didn't cut into it. There's not one here. But there is, and this is going to match up with the ones on the back. And that's kind of how we match those pieces together. Our seams are going to be 5/8 of an inch, so you don't want to cut in really far. So there we go. Now I've marked, I've clipped, I am going to cut out my interfacing, and I'll be ready to go with the skirt, and then I am ready to go with the apron.